Yeah, my name is Nina. I'm probably best known as Nina's Racing Secrets online. I'm a motorsport marshal, content creator, big fan of the motorsport world in general. So I'm a spectator as well when I'm not doing all of that. I've also dabbled in commentary and presenting. So I think apart from
Ooh.
driving a car on track, which if anyone wants to allow that, it could be a little bit dangerous. Can't guarantee that the car will be in one piece at the end. I think I've done
Amazing.
everything.
Is motorsport something you've always loved, or is this something you kind of discovered later in life?
I guess I kind of was, in a way, a late bloomer to the motorsport world in the sense of going trackside. I
Yeah.
didn't actually do that until I was a teenager, but my dad is a big, massive motorsport fan, and I grew up with watching F1 on a Sunday, British touring cars on a Sunday and Saturday,
Yes.
much to my mum's dismay. She would be cooking dinner and like clock watching and going, "Is it all over yet?" She much preferred like the Australian Grand Prix where it didn't impact her day at all.
Yeah,
We'd be
over and
awake
done with.
looking and watching, and then we'd just be passed out on the sofa by like 10, 11 o'clock because we've already done our day. I think she was hoping every time, like race weekend would be fall around the Australian Grand Prix time, about 5 o'clock, so it didn't impact her at all. But yeah, my dad was a massive fan. I grew up watching that. That was always on the TV, and our dinners would just be perched in front of the TV. We would be sitting there watching and eating, me and my brother.
Yeah.
And I remember asking loads of questions about all the drivers, like Schumacher, Coulthard, Webber, the era that I love the most.
Yeah.
And
Fair.
I remember just sitting there thinking, I want to know everything. Like, I want to know more about Murray Walker, who was doing the commentary at the time. I wanted to know more about marshalling because I just remember seeing these people in orange and going, "Who are they?"
Yeah.
And my dad goes, "There's no connection to them and like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory." Like, because I think as a kid you look at that and you think it's like
Yeah,
connection.
you look like an Oompa Loompa.
You do. We could say that as marshals.
Yeah.
I remember saying, "Who are those people in orange?" And my dad immediately turned around and went, "Well, without them, we don't race. Without them, we don't watch this." And I remember thinking, really? As a kid, because you just watch all the racing drivers and you think that's it. You don't
Yeah.
realise everything else, the work around it. And yeah, my dad was really, he sat down and just told me all about these marshals and what they do and how it is very dangerous. And without them, we wouldn't do anything. And he was saying that they're all volunteers as well, and it's a universal thing. He said it's not just a UK thing or a European thing, it's around the world. And I remember that just being really exciting. And I remember that's kind of every race, I would ask more questions. I would just get to know more, all aspects of it. I'd ask him mechanical questions. And he is an engineer, but he doesn't know
Oh.
anything about an F1 car. He was like,
Love
I
it.
can't tell you all the ins and outs of everything, but he is an engineer, but he was an engineer on boats, so kind of different.
Little bit, a few differences.
But you just use what you can as a kid, don't you? You just try and get
Yeah.
the information where you can. And I just absolutely loved that. And that's kind of what drew it all in for me, really.
So, do you remember your first weekend as a spectator?
I do. I do. It was for the British Touring Cars in 2015. It
Okay.
was the season finale at Brands.
Oh,
So I went for a good one.
yes.
I remember going there thinking, this atmosphere is just insane. Like, I've watched it on the TV, but you can't appreciate the atmosphere. Like, the fans around you, everyone is so happy. Everyone's there because for the same interest. So everyone's just talking motorsport all the time. And even at the time, I didn't know everything about British Touring Car like I do now. I still don't know everything, but I did know about all the teams and the drivers. But it was so nice to see everyone like Napa fans and like,
Yeah.
all like the different liveries of the cars, the teams, the drivers. And the noise was just insane. Like, I remember feeling that first like vibration through your body as you hear all the engines start up. And as
Yeah.
soon as that happened, I was like, I'm hooked. I need to go back. When can we go back? And my dad goes, "Yeah, you've come to the last one of the season. You got to wait a while." I got teased. I got teased into liking it, and then I had to wait like however many months for the season to start again. But it was really good fun, and we did what I would call like the traditional way of doing it, is where you grab your chairs. I wasn't in a grandstand or anything. I was just sitting in my chair, umbrella up.
Yeah, always.
Because I don't think the weather was that nice. I was cold, and my dad kept saying to me, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Are you sure you're okay? If you don't like it, we can go." I was like, "No, I'm loving it." And
we're not leaving.
no, I was hooked. Honestly, I was hooked. I absolutely loved it. The noise, the sound, the smell, the atmosphere. I think any motorsport fan can agree. When you go to your first event, all of that just heightens your senses, and it just gets you hooked. And I was just so engrossed, and I literally went away after that doing all my research on touring cars because I wanted to know more. I wanted to educate myself so I was better for when it all started up again.
You were like, I'm going to be prepared.
Yeah. And then, of course, what happens? New drivers come in.
Yeah.
So you have to like re-educate yourself and you have to know more. But it was really good fun. I just wanted to know everything. I'm such a learner. I always think every day's a school day. And for me, motorsport is never going to get boring. I can imagine myself doing that when I'm 80, looking at new regulations and everything.
100%.
It's never leaving me.
No. Once it gets you, if it gets you like properly, it doesn't go away.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And I love that that was something that I truly found, because prior to that, I didn't really have a hobby. I hadn't really found anything that I really liked doing. Like, I wasn't massively into other sports, really. So I was unsure about going to the event, but I was really excited. And as I say, everyone's just been so warm and welcoming, like the online community mainly, because obviously that's where I produce my content as well, is that, you know, everyone's just so lovely and friendly. And that's kind of why I started Nina's Racing Secrets as well, because I wanted to reach a wider community at a time when I couldn't go trackside, because obviously I couldn't do marshalling because I was too far away. I wanted to hear what other people had to say. And I just wanted to be part of a community, and the motorsport community is one of the best because everybody, doesn't matter where you are in the world, you all share that passion. Everyone's so encouraging and friendly and lovely, and I feel like we've built like a really good community online with different people now, so it's great.
Going back to the beginning of Nina's Racing Secrets, how long have you been doing it for?
I think it's been officially for like 3 years, but truthfully, I didn't really put much effort in the beginning. I kind of just created it. So the story of it is actually I have a second account called Nina's Hair Secrets. So you can kind of see where I'm going with this. It's a play on words.
Yeah.
And I was doing hair and beauty. I was kind of creating content based on that, but I knew that those followers probably wouldn't want to see my motorsport side of things. I thought I need to kind of create like a niche somewhere and kind of tap into more people that I wanted to talk to about it. So that's why I created Nina's Racing Secrets. And I kind of posted the odd thing here and there. And then I did my taster day and it kind of went from there. But then I stopped for a bit. And I've kind of only been doing it seriously for the last couple of years, where I've been planning content, actually talking to the camera, because prior to that I was really scared about doing that. I didn't want to talk to the camera. It's quite intimidating, isn't it? Because you're having to like talk to nobody.
I am in that moment.
I was just really scared. I didn't know what people wanted, and I hadn't really built that community either. So I had more like friends and people that I had met trackside just following me and being supportive, not people I didn't know really. So it was a bit scary, but I then thought I need to really throw myself into this. As I got into marshalling a bit more, I was like, I don't really see too many marshals telling their story, or certainly female marshals anyway. And that was the market I wanted to tap into. I wanted to connect myself to more females in motorsport, if I'm being honest, because growing up, apart from the odd female in the paddock, really, watching TV, I didn't really see many. I saw the odd marshal maybe on TV, but I didn't really see that. And I feel like the internet can be used for good in that sense, that you can kind of tap in and get into a community where you want to be. So I started posting about my marshalling journey, and then I was like, you know, I should start posting about touring cars, Formula One, and it kind of just snowballed into there. And I've been really enjoying creating that content, and from that I've had some really incredible opportunities. As I say, I've done commentary in the past and presenting, and I've met some incredible people, and I feel like I've built quite a nice community now of people who just kind of get what I have to say and they like it, and it seems to just be growing and growing. So yeah, all from hair, which has no connection to my passion on the side. expecting that story.
I actually was not. That is the most roundabout route I have heard so far.
Gotta be original.
Exactly. I love it. So how have you done commentary and things? What have you done? How did that happen?
So I actually met a really nice online community called JBE Motorsports. So
Yep.
it's actually run by a commentator called Joshua Birch, and he kind of recruited me for the team. They already covered stuff on YouTube, every series. If I named all series, we'd be here all day that they do. But I was really interested in touring cars and Formula One, and I've actually only covered Formula One races as of yet because I joined last year. My favourite was the finale to Formula One when Lando Norris won, because if you go back onto that video, which I don't know if I'd recommend, but I did actually cry. I wasn't very impartial to who I wanted to win. I think I was standing there in a McLaren top as well.
Very impartial. I love it.
Yeah. You don't see Murray Walker doing that back in the day. So you can tell I'm new to commentary.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy it, and I'm excited to be back this year as well. And they're all just so lovely and supportive. I've never done anything like that before, but they can kind of see your passion for it. And yeah, I just really enjoyed it. And I've never called races, and commentary is so much fun. You're just like, when you're sitting there as a spectator, you're kind of just going through your brain anyway about what you're seeing out on track. And commentary's like that to a certain degree. You just say what you see. And I guess in a way, people obviously like what I'm saying. Even sometimes I go in my brain, did I just say that? Does that make sense? Have I remained impartial here? Because I should be. And then there's me crying, bawling my eyes out on the last race that Lando's won. And everyone's just like looking like, okay. But yeah, it's really good fun. I enjoy it so much.
It seems so fun. I feel like one thing that's always confused me about it is I feel like there'd be a lot of pressure and a lot of second guessing what you're saying. How do you kind of deal with that?
I think you've just kind of got to go with it. It sounds silly. I think you can kind of overthink, like with marshalling. When I first started it, I was like, there's so much pressure on me to get this right. Like, if I don't get this right, if something happens on this post, then it's going to go to the next post to kind of deal with. And it's the same with commentary. I think if you're around good people that support you, and they are a lovely group of people as well. They're all so supportive and they were so encouraging to me. And I was like, do I need training? Do I need anything? I have no experience. And they were like, no, just go with the flow. Just be you, calm, and just say what you see. That passion for Formula One comes through, because when it's something that you enjoy, you just speak fluently on it. You don't even have to think about it. And truthfully, as soon as I sat down and I'm looking at the screen, I'm like, yeah, okay, I know exactly what I'm talking about. I've already done my research in the off season. I know everything that I'm talking about. It comes so easy and naturally to me. And that's why I really enjoy it. It's just, it's another way of looking at the sport as well, because marshalling is a different perspective, commentating is a different perspective, spectating is as well. And it's just tapping into that. And as I say, as long as that passion's there, it just comes so naturally. But we'll just have to wait and see what the calendar says, because I've got to try and line it up with marshalling and actually going to events as well. Got a busy calendar ahead. It is. There's not enough hours in the day.
There really is, and there's not enough race weekends.
No. Even now, when we've not got Formula One, it's still chock-a-block. We've got touring cars coming back. My first marshalling is tomorrow. So I've got my first marshalling event of the year. And then I feel like once you get that first event out of the way, it all just keeps snowballing and going and going. And by the time you know it, it's the end of the season again. So I've got to try and cram everything in. So fingers crossed you see me back.
Fingers crossed. What else have you got planned for marshalling this year?
Oh, so much. I've signed up to quite a lot already. I've signed up to the more Ferrari challenge, so more smaller meets. I quite enjoy that. Some people don't love that as much, because obviously not as many cars out on the track, and obviously where it's obviously like a club meet, I guess it's also people taking their own cars out, so let's just say they don't really go as fast as they should.
There's a little bit of a difference.
You've never seen a Ferrari go so slow.
No.
But I do enjoy those meets because they're the ones where you get to then go, it doesn't matter where you are, I think, because you then get to go into like the pit and you get to go on the track as well and you get to see everyone. And again, everyone's so friendly and everyone will talk to you and you can get more up close and personal with the cars as well. So I'm a big fan of all cars. I mean, I do like the older the better, like pre-80s cars is more me, but if I see a Ferrari, I do get a little bit excited. So
I mean, who doesn't, to be fair?
It's the noise, isn't it? It's just the look, it's the noise. I remember seeing this bright green Ferrari one time thinking, I have never seen one of them in my life.
What?
And the guy was like, oh, it was custom made for me. I was like, of course. And he was like, do you want to get in and sit down? I was like, yes.
Yes. Boots were already coming, like, let me in.
Can I drive? Is the keys here? He did not let me drive, just for a disclaimer. Oh. He did not offer for me to drive. He did say to me if I wanted to be a passenger. I was like, I can't, I'm marshalling. Yeah. But it's good fun. I do enjoy them. I enjoy the bigger meets and I enjoy the smaller ones because everyone's out on track for the same reason. And I don't think the experience should be any different for anyone. And even though sometimes the numbers for marshalling, as I'm sure you're aware, is sometimes quite low on those meets, it is quite stretched at times, but it's still good fun because I think if you enjoy the world of motorsport, it doesn't really matter because I just enjoy seeing the cars out on track. As I say, even if the Ferrari should be going a little bit faster.
We can forgive it a little bit. At least that we can actually see them and admire them.
That's true. That is true. That is true. Just put a sign up, go faster.
Yeah. We need a flag for that. So one thing I am curious about, at SNET, how's the kind of flags versus light boards thing that was up a few years ago going?
Yeah, it's going okay. So most posts do have that. I think there's like one or two that don't, because of the location of it. I personally don't like the light board. That's just a personal preference. I don't think you can beat waving a flag because we still do both. So I know some places don't. I know when I've spoken to some other marshals, they're like, oh no, we've just switched to the lights. We don't do flagging anymore. And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that.
I feel right, does it?
No, I don't want technology to take over so much, you know? So for me, it's a case of I do enjoy the actual flagging aspect of it. I really enjoy doing that myself because even though you're doing the light boards, I don't feel like the drivers still see that straight away. I know it sounds silly because they're brighter, it's LED. But in my opinion, they're going to see you because you're in orange first. They're always going to look to that post. And that's something even the younger drivers still do. They're not always going to see that light bulb. They're going to see you first. And I don't think you can ever take that away. So for me, I don't personally like them as much. I just feel like the flagging is the way it should be. Stick with what you know, really. You can't go wrong with the flagging. And as a marshal, when you're out on post, you know that's one of your jobs anyway. That's why you do it and you enjoy doing it. I mean, the only time I guess it could kind of be good is if it's like a long safety car.
Yeah, that's fair. Having a long safety car and waving that yellow flag for all of it.
I was getting like Popeye arms.
Yes.
You have to switch arms. I was like, I've done too much of a workout on my right arm. Let's go to my left.
Yeah.
Anyone looking for a full arm workout, marshalling is for you, honestly. Don't worry about the gym. Yeah, we do. You don't need to go to the gym. Just sign up and be a flag marshal.
Yes. Do you tend to lean towards a flag or incident, or is it kind of different as that?
I just kind of go where I'm needed, if I'm being honest. I'm still technically classified as a trainee because I haven't attended enough meets, so I haven't met anything yet. But I'm in no rush to do that because for me, it's all about the training side of it. I do want to level up eventually and then be able to like marshal a Formula One event or something like that would be really good fun for me. But I'm still technically a trainee and I do everything. I'll go wherever they want me to go. I've done a bit of everything. I've done flag, I've been incident, I've even been in the pits, and that's been so much fun. I remember when I was doing stop and go penalties, I really enjoyed that. I felt horrible. Just standing there with a stopwatch going, okay, and then just looking at this car, I was like, wait.
Yeah.
But it's good fun. I don't mind doing anything. I'll just go, as I say, wherever they want me. And sometimes it's a case of they are stretched, so they need you more out on post rather than,
Yeah.
you know, in the track, in the pit lane and stuff like that. So I enjoy all of it. I really do. I've ran on track. I've pushed cars. I'm not afraid to do that. I've picked bits up off cars. I've waved flags. I've done everything. It's good fun.
It is. Have you done anywhere other than Snet yet?
No, I've only ever marshalled at Snare. I know.
Oh my god.
I've really wanted to do Goodwood, to be honest.
Oh, same.
Yeah, I've really wanted to do Goodwood, and that always looks so amazing. I actually attended the Festival of Speed a couple of years ago. Yeah.
Oh, what was it like?
Amazing. I only went for the day, and I tell you what, a day was not enough. It really wasn't. It was just so amazing. Something's happening all the time. You're walking around, and if you're not looking at the main like bit where they're going down, like they're showing you all like the old cars, they're showing you like the new cars. You're walking around. There was like BMX bikes going on. There was loads of different stuff. I know. It's just basically like a massive, I guess almost like a massive festival. Like it is a festival of speed, but like massive festival just going on all the time. But like it lives up to its name. But like, you know.
Yeah, I get you.
It was just insane. And you see so many people as well. Like I saw Jensen Button walking around. Jake Hill had just been out as well. It's a really random mix of people, but in the best possible way. It's just so much fun. And I think to marshal something like that would be really cool. They always do a theme around the year. We went when it was celebrating BMW.
Ooh.
It was their contribution to motorsport that year. I can't remember how many years of BMW it was, but they had a beautiful sculpture of like one of the early BMW cars, and then right up there was Colin Turkington's car from the Touring Car Championship as well. And it was just beautiful. It was so it's so insane how they do it. I'm always amazed at these events because, as I say, one day is not enough. People are true. I was always thinking, oh, one day will be fine, but no, one day not enough.
Before I forget to talk about it, touring cars. You said you know the new regulations and like how everything's formatting this year.
Yes.
Can you talk us through that a little bit for those listeners that maybe don't know what's happening?
Yeah, of course. I'm not going to say I know everything. Because I think even they don't know everything, because I think where it's the first weekend, it's going to be a lot of like trial and error.
Always carnage.
Always. But we do now have actually 4 races, not 3 in a weekend. That Saturday qualifying race, as they're calling it, is going to be fundamental because it's points as well that they're gaining. And I feel like in touring car world, it's going to be make or break. If something doesn't happen in that race and it goes wrong, then it could potentially have a massive knock-on effect for actual race day itself. I also think from a spectator point of view, it's a lot more friendly now, because we always used to end quite early on a Saturday with the qualifying. And I always felt like Saturdays were kind of a little bit of a thing for a spectator, because, you know, you want something to bulk up the weekend. If you're going to go for the whole weekend, you want to see action. It's a bit like Formula 1, isn't it? You know, when they do the sprint and everything, it adds more to it. So yeah, treat it as another race. It's going to be competitive and it's going to be so much fun. And obviously there's also this like fuel change as well, which is going to be interesting. Napa now as well with a bigger car. It's just, you know, we're seeing a lot of different changes, and obviously we've got quite a few different team swaps as well going on. We've got a new team in there, so there's quite a lot to like catch up with, isn't there? Really, it's like all changed from last season.
Yeah.
But in the best possible way. I actually think that this year is going to be super competitive for touring car. I don't think you can call who's actually going to win the championship, in my opinion. It's obviously very we've had it dominated obviously by Tom Ingram previously and Ash Sutton, but you've got a lot of new contenders in there. I mean, we've obviously lost like Jake Hill, unfortunately, and Colin Turkington, but they've moved on to other series, and who's to say they would never come back, you know? Everyone seems to pop back up again, don't they, occasionally?
No one can resist him.
No, they can't. I mean, who would have thought Plato would be back as a team owner?
Right? I never guessed that. I never would have put that on like my little bingo card. No,
when he said that, I was like, okay. But it looks like a strong team. So I don't think you can rule anything out. And as I say, it's a lot more to play for because it's every single weekend as well. Unlike, I kind of compare it to Formula One sprint. I always say these races are very much like that on a Saturday now, but it's every single weekend. So it's 4 races per weekend. So that is going to be insane.
It is.
I'm back at Brands, so that's my first one here. I'm going to Brands and I'm going to Snetterton and then Brands at the end of the year. I'm doing all that as a spectator because I go with my family because we all just really want to enjoy it and like fully immerse yourself into it. I've actually never marshalled a touring car event before.
Have you not?
No, I haven't. To be honest, I don't know if I could because it looks so much fun, but I do enjoy it so much that I'd be fear of missing out on all the action. Does that make sense?
That's fair. That's absolutely fair.
Because 1 minute they just go round and something happens and you're like, whoa, what happened there?
Yeah. I've had some like really different experiences with marshalling touring cars. So obviously I prefer the grassroots weekends as well. So it's a much bigger weekend than my preferred weekends. There's in the pit lane, there's cameras everywhere. Literally everywhere. You cannot walk without seeing a media person. And I'm just sat there like, nobody see me. I don't wish to be perceived.
I love that.
And then it gets to lunchtime and there's just a horde of people coming in. And I'm there like, can I just go to the loo? Like, you're all in my way. Assembly is very different in terms of you don't get to see much of the racing and you don't see the touring cars up close, which is really, really sad. I much prefer pit lane weekends. I've not actually done trackside yet.
Yeah, that's my fear of like missing out on something. And because I really enjoy it and follow it along, I think the spectator in me is like, if I'm on the wrong post, I know it sounds bad, but if I'm on the wrong post and I don't see anything, then I would be devastated. I know I can always catch up and everything like that. Like tomorrow I'm marshalling, I'm there all day, so I've got to catch up on touring cars when I get home, but I don't know. And it's such a family thing, I think, because it's me, my dad and my brother just go and we enjoy it. I think it's also that day out and that kind of side of it. It's that spectator in me that really likes it. And then I can also be a content creator. I can get that content on the side as well. So.
See, I've never actually spectated a touring car meeting.
No!
Literally never.
You might be converted.
I might be. Both me and my husband have said we need to do more spectating.
Yeah.
Because we've just not done it. We got into marshalling and then every time we go to the track, we're like, well, we may as well go for free.
That's true. Yeah, it pains you, doesn't it, when you have to buy the ticket?
Yeah.
And it's like, I could have got in for free if I just signed up for marshalling.
Yeah.
I get that. I do get that. I think it's good to have a big mix of it. I think it's good to, when you enjoy it as marshal, you can just do all the marshalling and everything like that. But I think it is also good to kind of just almost, I say take a step back and relax, but that's a kind of our relaxation, isn't it? Watching stuff like this. So I do think it's good to have that mix and that balance. And that's why I'm trying to like cram everything in. I'm like, oh, can I do a bit of commentary here? Can I be a spectator here? Am I marshalling this one? Got to get the calendar aligned. The calendar doesn't align.
No, it never does. It's so frustrating.
It is. It is.
Speaking, because we mentioned newbies and F1, can we appreciate how well Antonelli is doing?
I love it so much. I really do. I really, really do. People have been on my videos commenting saying that, well, it's just because George Russell has had a bit of a bad time. I disagree. This guy is insane. I mean, he's the youngest pole sitter ever. He's the youngest world champion leader now ever. And I don't know if anyone has watched like the Drive to Survive, the latest series of that. They did focus quite heavily on Kimi and him just trying to even get in a podium last year. And for him to go from that to be like P1 twice, back-to-back weekends, it's just an incredible feat. It's exemplary of a driver he is. And I think it shows him so well. And he's also got his own like documentary series called Kimi as well. I would highly recommend watching that. It shows more about his life and him coming into Formula One and everything as well. And it was really, really interesting because again, he's just trying to home in on his skills. And again, it was about that quest to just try and prove himself, because I guess with Mercedes, losing Lewis Hamilton was quite a big blow. And
Yeah.
you kind of needed to know who to put in that position. And to kind of put it all on a rookie is massive pressure and
Oh
a
yeah.
big risk.
Yeah. I would not have wanted to be anywhere near that decision-making process.
No, me neither. I think we were all quite shocked when he did get replaced with a rookie, because we were kind of like, is this going to work? What's kind of the plan there? But you
Yeah.
think about it, you need that opportunity to be able to show what you can do. And he might have not had the best first season in, last year, or didn't necessarily go to plan. However, whatever happens after this, when we come back, I think he can be super proud of himself, because he's
Oh
just
yeah.
so incredible. His determination, his drive, it's just, he's everything that a Formula One driver should be.
Mm.
And he reminds me very much of like a young Hamilton Verstappen. That's what I'm seeing.
Oh, I can
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah, he's reminded me of all of that, and I just think it'll be interesting to see how the rest of the season plays out, whether he's consistent going forward, because obviously, as we know, you don't have to keep winning every race to be world champion.
No.
So, is he going to give George Russell a run for his money? That's what I'm wondering.
I am seriously wondering. I can't wait for it to start back up again, because I
Me
feel
too.
like people that say, oh, it's just because Russell's having a bad few weekends and everything, you still have to have a good quality of driving and be a
Yeah,
good driver to be
yeah.
in F1, and to like take advantage of somebody else's misfortunate weekend, which sounds really bad.
No, that's exactly how it is, isn't it? If you can't
Yeah.
do that, then you're not really in the mindset to be a Formula One driver.
Yeah.
And I think that's also been proven really by Arvid Lindblad. He's also a
Mm,
rookie going into this year for Racing Bulls. And
yeah.
to me, I think he's done exceptionally well. The talent there is, you can see it. He's even at times out qualified Max Verstappen in the sister team. So,
We love.
there's drama going on there, but
Yeah.
it's interesting how it happens, isn't it? Because it's
Yeah.
just like, again, it's all about skill. We know that the cars are all set up differently. We know that obviously each team have their own way of working the vehicle. They're not all the same. But like you say, if you can't take on someone else's unfortunate misfortune for the weekend and you can't utilise that to yourself, then you're not really a driver, in my opinion, because that's what it's all about. You've got to kind of look into it yourself and see how it all goes. And obviously with the changes in Formula One as well, it does actually rely quite heavily on the driver. I know some of them are joking and say it feels like Mario Kart racing at times.
We'll get them doing Rainbow Road, it's fine.
There you go. At least there's nothing flying off at them, is there? Like,
Yeah.
none of the tortoises or anything like that coming along their way to like get them out.
Yeah. Massive cactus just comes down.
But it still shows like the skill. It does show the skill,
Yeah.
in my opinion. And I do think, I don't know how you feel about this, but that crash that happened with Oliver Beerman, it kind of put back into perspective for me about how serious motorsport is, and how maybe these new regulations are not going to be working for Formula One going forward, because there was such a massive speed difference. And it could have been a lot more serious. And even I held my breath when he went off. And obviously, when he gets out of the car, you don't want to see any driver injured.
No.
And that was a very scary time. And I know we've got to all move forward with times, and that's what also touring cars is doing. They're trying to change up everything. But you kind of got to look at it from a safety aspect. I mean, motorsport is dangerous. Everyone knows that. Even as a spectator, signs are everywhere. It's clear for you to see. But you don't expect it now, I guess. Going back into like the 90s and 80s, that's kind of when things were really bad and happened. But you don't expect it now in the 20s, like, 26. It shouldn't be happening. So I think things need to be revised going forward. And maybe this year is kind of the play year, because I think whoever qualifies, whoever just gets into a race genuinely, it shows you're an incredible driver, because
You're doing
the rules
great.
and the regulations, they're just there, and they're not easy, and they're still getting used to themselves. So whatever happens this year is going to be, I think, from a learning point of view, going to set the base going forward for Formula One.
I've always found with like massive regulation changes, it's you have to have something like a test year. You don't know how it's going to go. We're going to have this year where nobody knows who's going to stay on track when, and if anybody's going to actually qualify. The main point of it is like how you build from that and how the regulations go on from that. and how the teams
Absolutely.
kind of figure out how to keep their drivers safe, because oh my
Yeah.
gosh, it's not going to be that safe for this year. It's not going to be as safe for what we've seen, but that
No.
is still terrifying. And for marshals to look at a crash and actually take a breath in and go, oh my gosh, are they okay?
Yeah.
It can take a lot.
I mean, last year we had the scary incident, didn't we, with the marshals out on track
Yeah,
when obviously Liam Lawson was coming round. People blaming the marshals, people then
yeah,
blame Liam. And I was like, as a marshal, I can tell you now, it's not a marshal fault. They would never
yeah,
just go out on track like that. You're told to
exactly.
when the track is clear. Liam Lawson, not his fault at all. He's just a driver. He's going out on track. There's a
He,
communication breakdown between race control and the team. That's what it's
yeah,
fundamental to,
that's
you
it. And
know?
that's stuff that people don't see if they don't
No,
have like the behind the scenes.
no, absolutely not. And that's something I do try and educate people on. When things go wrong like that, I do like to try and say that in my videos that I produce on Instagram and YouTube and everything, because I think it's interesting to see that and know it. And
Mm,
as a marshal, you can kind of say it from what you would think. Obviously, I don't know all the ins and outs of what happened there. I'm not going to be
yeah,
able to know what was communicated and what wasn't. From as a marshal, you would never just go out on track. And as a driver, you're just instructed to go when you'll go. So there's a communication breakdown somewhere, and it isn't the marshals or the driver's fault, but people are very quick to point fingers and blame. And as I said before, the general overfeel of motorsport is lovely, warm and welcoming, but there are sometimes that side that I find a bit irritating, because it's like, unnecessary, the hate
yeah,
and stuff like that, and
yeah,
people wade in and they don't really understand. But that's why it's important with education. I think if you want to learn into it more, and that's something that I've been doing since I've been young. As I said, I've been learning and learning, and I still don't know everything now. I don't claim to, but I
yeah,
always try to educate myself on the situation before I say anything about it. And
yeah,
sometimes you have experiences yourself as a marshal where things are a little bit scary
yeah.
and it gets a bit too close for comfort, but then you see things on TV, like you say, you hold your breath and you're like, oh, this shouldn't be happening. But
Mm,
it's all about how they learn going forward for the sport. I think it's all a learning curve.
absolutely. And especially as like a younger marshal, I still class myself as a younger marshal, even though I didn't start as a teenager, just because all of my friends are like in their 50s.
I love that. I'm young as well. I'm young. I'll take that.
I'm young. I love that we can learn from people that have been doing it for longer. And there's, like you said, there's definitely been some weekends where I've had, like, I know I've made a mistake and I've been stood there and gone, okay, I nearly got squished by that car. I need to learn what to not do next time.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
it's fantastic and it's a really good way to see what you're doing. Any final words you want to say? Anything you kind of think we've missed talking about, or any wise words you can give to listeners?
Yeah, I think the only thing I can really say is about, if you're passionate about something, go for it. Don't worry about what people say, think. It's taken me a long time to realise that myself. Maybe that was the reason why I didn't start doing things to a little bit later. I know logistics of being trackside wouldn't have happened, but content creation certainly could have happened a lot sooner for me. And since then, it's given me so much confidence. I've met so many wonderful people, been given so many incredible opportunities. And I think I was just a bit hesitant in the beginning. Like I said, I didn't want to film myself doing
Yeah.
talk videos. I didn't like the sound of my own voice. I didn't want to edit anything.
Yeah.
I'm a one man band. I do everything. So it was a lot to take on, but let that passion shine through, and that will be the thing that gets you through on the tough days when things are not, necessarily how you want them to be. If you're passionate about something, it will get to you where you need to be, and you never know where it's going to go, basically. And I think I'm a good proof of that, really.